from Capital Financial Group to help us get our money in order. Thank you for being here today.
It's always good to be here.
Absolutely. So for those of us who do not have a financial advisor yet, how do we know who is the best advisor for us?
Well, it's going to be a feeling for you. I mean, what does it feel like? Does it feel good? Now, be careful, because Bernie Madoff made a lot of people feel good too.
Yeah.
Until they felt bad, right? So it's an instinct kind of thing, intuition. If the hair on the back of your neck is standing up, maybe that's not the right advisor. There's some questions. We have 20 questions we like to have people ask their advisor when they call from our show and they want to say, well, how do we get a second opinion? There's 20 big questions. We answer them for you in writing, by the way. If you get a verbal answer, it's nowhere near as good as a written answer, too, by the way. So there's a lot of, you can look up the advisor on Google the advisor's name. If you have an advisor show up on Google and they've got arrested for something, maybe they're not a good advisor to be dealing with.
Yeah,
right?
and there are reviews online, too, right?
There's all sorts of reviews, and then you have to be careful with Google, because sometimes the reviews are written by other advisors. So, but if there's a lot of bad comments or mugshots or whatever, maybe it's time to find a different advisor. But it shouldn't be that hard, but it is, because there's motivations for a lot of folks. Now, we're a fiduciary planning firm, which means we have to put your needs ahead of ours at all times. We're held liable for that. We could go to jail if we don't do that. We can't take commissions out of your money. We can't load your portfolio with UFOs, unidentified financial objects, like real estate investment trusts, where people don't understand. They get in, then they can't get out. It's the Hotel California of the investment world. They'll let you in anytime, and you can never leave. So we have to be careful. There's a non-traded REITs. If they're non-traded, you can't get out. So a lot of people are falling for buzzwords. If an advisor is talking with big words that you don't understand, and you're sitting there nodding just because you don't want to look stupid, that might not be the right advisor, because you don't need to hide behind big words. We keep ours simple. We break our plans down to 1 to 3 pages instead of all these gigantic notebooks and everything that no one understands. And we spend a lot of time helping people figure out where their current advisor has them right now, and identifying financial termites, risk, fees, commissions you don't need to be paying. So if your advisor hasn't talked about that, if your advisor hasn't put together an income plan where you know exactly what your income's going to be every single month for the rest of your life in retirement, after you stop working, your money starts paying you. But it has to be lifetime. It has to have growth, protection, and lifetime income. If you don't have that, you don't have a true retirement plan. Nothing wrong with that, but find a true advisor who specializes in retirement. I'm a retirement income certified professional, RICP, which means I'm trained to put retirement plans together. I've already known that. I could have taught the class, but it was 3 classes and 3 extensive examinations, and they were proctored and everything. They were hard.
Amazing.
But it's really good to make sure that your advisor knows what they're talking about for you, and really your advisor needs to ask you questions, find out what you want to do, and custom design a plan, not pull something off the shelf that he gave 50 people before you.
Absolutely. It's someone who you can understand, too, when you're talking, and make sure you know what they're talking about.
Right.
Are there different kinds of financial advisors? I know that you guys are special. Tell me a little bit about the different types of advisors.
Sort of like a relay race where they run around the track and hand the baton off. The final baton handoff is to the person who's supposed to be the best one to get you through the finish line. And so we specialize in that part. We're retirement planners. We work with really best with people 50 and older.
Okay.
And so we take what some advisors get to do a good job of helping you hopefully build your money. But there's no guarantees on that. So we want to protect that money. We've got to grow it, protect it, and preserve it, and then have lifetime income. So again, find an advisor that specializes in retirement. If you're looking for retirement, find one that specializes in helping you get started. We have a junior department too. We can help you get started, but I specialize in my department in helping you get that relay race of life one in your direction and get the gold medal on that.
So are there advisors out there just trying to sell us something?
Oh, yeah. Oh, God, we see it all the time. Dinner seminars are a big culprit. Like when you get invited to a steak dinner, who's paying for it? Well, the advisor is. Well, how are they paying for it? By selling you something. So be very careful with dinner seminars. We see a lot of UFOs offered there. Again, unidentified financial objects. They look real good on paper until you get in it, and then you don't know what you have. So be very careful on that.
Very important. Now, you mentioned a bunch of questions that people should ask. And I know you've got all of that on your website. How can people find all of these resources for their conversation with their...
Great website, PeteOnDemand.com, P-E-T-E, ondemand.com. But they can also text us or call us. Text us to CBS 17 to 21,000.
Perfect. Thank you again so much for being here, Pete, guys. And make sure you check out PeteOnDemand.com for all of those important reminders.